It's 1:17 a.m., and you are sitting alone in a room. There's a book open in front of you. You haven't turned a page in 20 minutes. And here's the thing. You're not bored. You're not lazy. You're chewing on something. A question that doesn't have an easy answer, the kind that follows you around the room. The lamp throws this warm little circle of light. The clock on the wall keeps ticking. And you just sit there. Most people think intelligence is about knowing, having the answer ready, winning the argument before the other person finishes talking. But psychology tells a different story. The real thing, true intellectual ability, it doesn't announce itself in public. It happens in private, in the moments nobody sees. And if you do these 6 things when you're completely alone, your mind is rarer than anyone ever told you. Here's something about the average mind. It hates not knowing. It rushes, grabs the nearest explanation, slams the case shut, moves on. Because certainty feels good. Certainty feels safe. But you do something weird sometimes. You sit with the discomfort of not knowing. You take a hard question and just turn it over. You don't force an answer before it's ready. No phone, no book, just you on the couch in the dark, thinking. Psychologists have a name for this. Epistemic patience. A 2016 study in the Journal of Experimental Psychology found that people who can tolerate ambiguity score significantly higher on tests of fluid reasoning. So here's the uncomfortable truth. Being smart was never about having answers. It's about being okay without them. Most people use their alone time to feel right. They replay conversations where they won. They build little imaginary arguments and crush them in their heads. Quietly congratulate themselves. You know the feeling, but you catch yourself doing the opposite sometimes, arguing against your own beliefs, building the strongest possible case against the thing you think you know. Picture it, one hand writing your opinion on the paper, the other hand writing the exact opposite, ink filling both sides. That's rare. Psychologists call it active self-opposition, and it's the engine behind basically every major breakthrough in history. Newton did it. Darwin did it. If you are doing it alone at 2 a.m., you are in strange and excellent company. Here's what nobody tells you though. From the outside, none of this looks impressive. Imagine someone walking past your window. They see you sitting there, not reading, staring out. And they think, that person looks so lonely. Sitting alone, not answering anything, looks like avoidance. Arguing with yourself looks kind of unhinged. But here's the flip. What looks like antisocial behavior from the outside is often the most sophisticated thing happening on the inside. You're not overthinking. You're not brooding. You're running forms of thought most people never touch. And the whole time, society's been telling you to stop, when it should have been telling you to keep going. Anybody can feel an emotion. Almost nobody studies their emotions like data. But you do this. You sit on the edge of the bed, hands on your knees, and you trace it backward. Why did that specific thing trigger that specific reaction in me? Following the thread all the way down to the root. You're not sad. You're not happy. You're watching. That's metacognition. Thinking about thinking. A 2014 study in consciousness and cognition found that people who reflect like this regularly show higher prefrontal cortical activity and better emotional regulation, not because they feel less, because they understand more. This quiet habit of watching your own mind work, that alone is the line between reactive intelligence and reflective intelligence. You ever pick up an old photo and turn it over, and suddenly it means something completely different than it used to? That's the thing intelligent people do without realizing it. They revisit old memories, old lessons, old conclusions, not for nostalgia, but to reinterpret them through a sharper lens. A conversation you misunderstood at the time, a failure you now see, was actually a gift. Your brain isn't just storing all this, it's reorganizing it. A 2018 study in Nature Neuroscience called it memory reconsolidation. Your brain literally rewriting old experiences when you revisit them. So when you do this alone, again and again, you're not dwelling, you're growing. There's shallow curiosity, and then there's the other kind. Shallow curiosity is transactional. People learn what makes them look impressive, what makes more money, what fixes the problem in front of them. Fine. Useful. But you've fallen down the rabbit hole. 2 in the morning, tabs open. Ancient Roman plumbing. How ants talk to each other. Why the sky is blue even though you already learned the answer in school. For no reason. No payoff. Just because something about it grabbed you and wouldn't let go. That's intrinsic intellectual drive. 2015 longitudinal study in the Journal of Personality found it's one of the strongest predictors of lifelong cognitive growth. Not IQ, not your degree, just the hunger to know for its own sake. Most people pick a direction in their head and ride it straight to the end. Pure inertia. Changing your mind halfway through feels like losing, but you do something else. You're writing the argument out on the whiteboard. You get halfway through, and you stop. You see it, the reasoning was flawed. So you wipe it and start over. No flinch, no embarrassment. Just precision. That's real-time intellectual agility. A 2017 study in cognitive psychology showed that self-correcting thinkers beat fixed-direction thinkers at complex problem-solving, even when they make more mistakes getting there, because the goal was never to be right. The goal is to get closer to true. So here's the last one, the quietest one. True intelligence never performed in public. It doesn't shine in meetings or on a timeline or in some argument you won. It lives in the private work your mind does when nobody's watching, sitting with the question, arguing against yourself, watching your own thoughts, rebuilding the past, chasing curiosity to useless places, catching yourself mid-thought and starting over. These 6 habits don't make you look smart. They make you become smart. And here's the irony. The world rarely rewards any of it, because the world wants certainty, not patience. Performance, not process. But you were never doing it for the world. Picture it now. Same room, same lamp. You close the book. Not because you found the answer, because you finally learned how to be whole without one, and the lamp goes dark. You were doing it because your mind demanded it. That demand, quiet, private, relentless. That's the real sign. It was never about having the right answers. It was about refusing to settle for the wrong ones.